Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Good to go.
Hey, what is this?
You know, pull it up back.
Yeah, two broke Twimbos back in business. Yeah. Hello, old buddy, and welcome to the Two Broke Twimbos. We were away last week. It's because I traveled. Oh, I can't wait to tell you how it went. But for now,
yeah. So I was supposed to have traveled too, but then things didn't work out because work and other things. And then Dan got shouted it on my behalf.
you messaged me in the morning like, are you on your way to the venue? I was like, oh, snap. So he made it. I was like, yeah, let's meet there, whatever. It's like, oh, no, please, can you apologize on my behalf?
When I say it was a date and time decision, I literally mean that. Like literally, my ticket was reserved. Shout out to my travel agent who did the thing.
2026 and you have a travel agent.
In Zim, you always need it. Okay, let me put it this way. There are certain countries and there are certain regions where a travel agent will always get you the best price, no matter what online apps are offering.
So, okay. Travel agents. I've used travel agents several times. In fact, I have a good friend of mine who is a travel agent, and he always like, yo, hit me. I will sort you out. I will sort you out, my dude. But every time, there's deep dark corners of the internet. Let me put it that way. It's deep dark corners of the internet that somehow always have. And you know, it's like the website is like, you're looking at it, it's like, is this a scammer website or something? Mm-hmm. And then you get the confirmation, and then you're like, has my money just been stolen? And then you log into the airline, and then you use the reference number, and you're like, oh no, my ticket's booked. All right, we good.
Yeah, no,
but
I definitely know that. So shout out to, in fact, one of our listeners, and we're talking about travel, and I put them on this app called Trip.com. Granted, they're not paying, they're not sponsoring, but I use them religiously. Trip.com, with the exception of certain places with the travel agent, will always, some way, somehow, have a cheaper flight and a cheaper hotel than the actual platform. Every time. When you bundle it, so with Trip.com, you can bundle your trip. So you can go flight, hotel, car rental. And when you do that, it's cheaper. 1. 2 is they give you points. So now every time I'm in Addis, I'm in Kenya, or I'm in OR Tambo, I get free access to the lounges because of the points I've built up on Trip.com. It's insane. When you go there, it's a very Chinese website, very Chinese UI. It's got a lot of annoying pop-ups. It's got a lot of features. It gets a little annoying sometimes. But by golly gosh darn it, do they not deliver? They deliver every time.
If we're going to plug, let me just quickly find this site. I think it's called. Hold on one sec. Let me see if I can find the. Ish. I need to start typing it out, and then. If
only there was something on a browser that would allow you to remember website, like some sort of like a bookmark or something, you know.
So there's 2, Travel Wings and Flight Site. Just check them out if you're looking for. Just compare. Just if you're about to book a flight, just go check those out and just see if there's something on there. Flight Site and Travel Wings never failed me. Anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If everyone is
good to go,
then we can actually get into it, because you have to be
good to go. Sound a big thing now. Get mad now.
Let me hear a drum play.
Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast. This is Two Broke Twimbos. We've been away for a short minute, but we back one more again. My name is Danny That Guy, aka Danos the Mad Titan, aka Denford Wekumaraini, aka Denimbi My Life Your Entertainment, aka Trabablas $500. Here we come, aka Akuna Mumwindi Danmu.
What an old joke. easy with all of them. Mistaken with the refutable, the questionable, the undeniable. The asking for apology, bro. Phil Chara, get lost, big boss, big pizza, pig, sexy, global, filthy Phil. And of course, Shabbat Jingro drink. What's up? What's up?
Chillin', man. Good to be back to some semblance. Yo, the past 2 months has been a complete ripping apart of my standard routine. So I'm back to somewhat of a semblance of a routine, and I've got a ton of stuff to catch up on. And I know I've been saying this a lot, but I've been starting a lot of emails with apologies. But I feel like I'm getting back on top.
I've learned to never apologize. You simply just state the fact. I was at a wedding, I was on holiday, or whatever. Anyway, let's get to it. I've realized you don't show weakness then. It's a beta trait.
I get that. But I also, you know what? Every time, I know what you're talking about, and I might encourage other people to do the same. But I've realized that, you know what has always worked for me is just be a human being, bro. Just be a human being. And I know there's the whole you gotta show dominance and you gotta show you know what? I'm just a human being. I know I'm talking to another human being. We understand. So if I am genuinely sorry, I'll say sorry. If I'm not sorry, then I won't say sorry. So if I'm genuinely sorry, like, yo, I know you sent this to me a while back and I said I was going to get back to you. Unfortunately, due to my fault, not yours, I apologize. I'll do that. And I find that, yes, I get it. I get the business and corporate world, but it's always worked for me to just be a human being with people. So I shall continue doing so. Let's start the show by celebrating some Zimbabweans doing big things. There's a lot in the past couple of weeks that we can talk about. Let's start off by talking about Kai. Kai in Australia, Zimbabwean-born, London-raised, Melbourne-based singer Kai. She won Musical Artist of the Year at the 2026 Amari Gala, which is the Australian BETs or the Australian Mobos. It's the Australian platform that celebrates Black diaspora excellence. So huge shout out to Kai for winning that award. Congratulations. Huge shout out to Kim Jade, who announced this week that her YouTube show, Kicking It with Kim Jade, has been taken up by cable TV. It's on Bravo now. Hey. Congrats. I hope there's a bag coming through. Okay, not cable TV, by terrestrial TV.
Wait, Bravo America? Is Bravo on DSTV?
I don't think it's on DSTV. I don't think so. But yeah, she announced that Bravo Africa has taken up her YouTube show. She's done the first 2 seasons on YouTube, and season 3 is going to be on Bravo.
So I guess it is on DSTV, I guess.
Is it on DSTV? I mean, I don't know. I haven't had DSTV for a long time, so I don't know if it's on DSTV.
Bravo is part of Discovery, isn't it? Isn't Bravo owned by Discovery?
I have no idea. But congratulations. And I hope the bag is good. And I hope it leads to bigger and better things for you, madame. Zimbabwe is currently at the 61st International Art Exhibition of La Biennale di Venezia in Italy. I saw this had multiple stories on ZBC News because I like to go, guys, ZBC News is a great plug for Zimbabwe is doing good things because they're obviously trying to show how well the country is doing, right? So they always like to pick up on anyone who has anything attached to Zimbabwe and showcase it. So yeah, there were multiple stories. I saw at least 3 stories that were about how Zimbabwe has like some top artists that are showcasing in Italy at the moment, and people are apparently loving the work that they're doing. So congratulations to the Zimbabweans. There's quite a number of them. You see them listed here. Who we got? We got the executive director of the National Gallery of Zimbabwe, Rafael Chikukwa, who's curating it. He's got works by Fadzai Veronica Muchemwa. Oh, no, sorry, curated by Fadzai Veronica Muchemwa and was put together by Rafael. Sorry, my bad there. And the artists are Gideon Gomo, Eva Rath, Felix Shumba, Franklin Zingai, and Pardon Mapondera, whose work is being displayed out in Italy. Congratulations to you guys.
Nice.
And shout out to Night Freak, who just announced that Yinde is going to be in New York on September 18. So Yinde is now it's been global, but now it's like global because it's going to be in New York on September 18. So if you're out in the Americas or you're close to New York, please bookmark September 18 and go support Zim Afro House sensation Night Freak.
Just in Bali, and the video from Bali looked incredible.
Yes, I saw you posted. And while we're on it, let's give some shout outs to Zim Comedians. King Kandoro just wrapped up the State of the Nation tour that he was doing with the London show. I think London on May 9th was his final show, which he then put into a special that he put up on YouTube. Very funny. Watched it, enjoyed it. And actually quite different to the State of the Nation that was in Zim. So shout out to him for evolving the jokes even in the same tour. And at the same time, Nigel the Slick Pasta is currently touring in Australia. Tinaye Wayne announced his own tour. So shout out.
That is what's up, bro.
Shout out Zim Comedy. Shout out Zim Comedy and dope stuff. Cool. So what you want to talk about, Phil? We got news this week about Miss Universe. And as the podcast that seems to be championing pageants now.
It's been I realized. I like to focus on positivity sometimes.
Yes.
And I will say this. I don't really know Miss Universe. She seems like a nice person. I also don't want to disparage people that do the same work we do. I just think you and I could do that job better. And I'll leave it at that.
Which job? What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about Miss Universe, the thing, or are you talking about Miss Universe Zimbabwe?
Oh, I'm talking, okay. So Miss Universe Zimbabwe has just, because they're about to, Lashonda, who's been the Miss Universe up till now, they're about to choose the new Miss Universe for the next year, right? Mm-hmm. So they just announced the top 30 contestants. That's what I was talking about. Were you talking about the event?
Oh, the other thing I want to talk about. Yeah. I also have questions about that, but also I'm focusing on positivity.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to dwell on some of the contestants and their ages and so forth, because I'm confused.
What are the age specifications for? Actually, I'm quickly Googling it. What ages?
I feel like at least 2 contestants have already competed in that competition before.
Okay. I'm going to mention some people that surprised me, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, right? Okay. Apparently, Miss Universe has no upper age limits. Starting 2024, Miss Universe has eliminated upper age limits.
And I'm sure that is followed to the T.
Yeah, there's no age limits at the top. There's no upper age limits. The only limit is 18 and above. That's all. So you could go and compete even if you're 60, 70, 80. Starting in 2024. Before 2024, the maximum was 28. So this is some new news. But anyway, I was going to mention there were several people that I know in the top 30 contestants. So shout out to Mona Lisa, former colleague. Shout out to Virginia, former colleague. Shout out to Shelly Bent, someone I've met. She was Miss, what is it? Miss Universal? No, Miss, that's too close to Universe. One of the other misses, right? She was that for Zimbabwe, so I guess that doesn't disqualify her for competing for Miss Universe. Shout out to Rosanna Hall, which surprised me because wasn't she a judge for Miss Universe last year? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little confused, but okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, anyway, there were several people that I know that were listed in the top 30. So if anything interesting happens over there, we shall tell you. But I did think to mention. Yeah, okay, here's what I was going to ask you, right? So the upper limit has been taken away, right? So it's open to everyone. Whereas previously, I think a lot of people assumed or just immediately assigned it to young people. So there's this weird dichotomy, if you will, of you're young and you're about to step into your career. Your future is ahead of you. Miss Universe could be a stepping stone to amazing things in your career. But what confused me a little bit is, what if you're already on your career? What if you've already...
Exactly. What if you're mid-career? What if you've been in management?
Yes.
Several positions.
It's like, what if you've actually built like a brand? You've actually built, your CV is strong. You know what I'm saying? Is Miss Universe still a stepping stone, or is it like restart? I don't know. So that's what was confusing me, and I don't know. I would love to ask.
We should ask, because the way I would see it, right?
Yeah.
You do Miss Universe,
mm-hmm.
then you'd parlay that into a job in media. And then on media, maybe you rise through the ranks and you become maybe a programming manager. And then you can pivot from programming manager to reading the nightly news on the biggest TV station in the country. And then maybe after that, you pivot and you become label manager for one of the biggest independent record labels in the country. To me, I feel like that's cheap. You know what I mean?
Progression upwards. Yeah, I hear it.
But now you've already done that.
So to me, it sounds like a reset or a restart. Now, to be fair,
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with starting again.
Yes.
That's really nothing wrong with starting again.
So that's what confuses me. Is it a restart, or is it, hey, this is actually a stepping stone further? Because it might be, because it's global. And I mean, maybe, you know what? Everyone's path is different. This is something that I'm getting, I feel if I ever become like a motivational speaker, or if I write a book or something, I feel like the really important thing I want to push, because the whole world is so, like, everyone's trying to fit into a box or whatever. I really want to push everyone's path is different, guys. It's okay. Everyone's path is, don't feel that you have to do things this way or this applies to you because of everyone's path is different and unique. There are some common things, but everyone's path is different.
For sure.
So let me leave it at that. And congratulate and celebrate everyone in the top 30. And let's see where the votes will come in.
No doubt. Yeah, so we're not touching on the Jade issue. Yeah, because that's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, okay. This is weird because that's my homie. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Listen, homie.
Skip
Let's talk about it. I'm speaking very neutrally, and I am not criticizing any decisions. Okay. This is what Phil is referencing, right? So Miss Universe obviously has garnered a lot of commercial attention. So she's doing, she's doing influencer work and online advertising for various brands, as you would expect when someone has the spotlight on them. So Lashonda, who's the current Miss Universe, has been doing a campaign on her social media for the soap Jade. And some people have questioned, like, yo, that's a weird brand alignment. And I think the reasoning behind that is because Jade is probably perceived as a more, let's say, a more mass market soap.
It's not perceived. It's marketed. That's what it is.
I don't know, Phil. There's people in Mount Pleasant who use Jade. I don't know.
No, there's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with using Jade or Perfection, right? But Perfection has a brand reputation.
So I'm with you. So the argument is Miss Universe is most often aligned with the concepts of luxury, highest
And
class, premium.
The thing is, do we believe a beauty queen is using Jade? That's what I want to say. Do we believe a beauty queen is using Jade?
It's like when Beyonce did Pepsi. Like
no, that's a soft drink.
I mean, but she's not drinking it.
If you squint, you can kind of see once in a while Beyonce wanting a Pepsi with a burger.
Beyonce has never drank Pepsi in her life.
Hey, dude, I'm pulling up the Jade on the Pick and Pay. I'm just looking at the packaging. Guys.
Okay, so I think it's a valid question.
Guys, I'm looking at the side right now. Guys, Jade.
The
Granted,
devil's,
it's almost the same price as Dove.
The devil's advocate in me would say, wouldn't Miss Universe represent Zimbabwean women, which includes both luxury and more everyday? But that's only the devil's advocate. Reality is like, because Lashonda is a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? And she packages herself.
There's a way to do it, but the problem is, from what I've seen, is they've just taken the cookie cutter approach to brand endorsements and brand representation, and they haven't made an effort to align her with the product. If they did like a limited edition, like Lashonda above Jade.
Okay, I see that. Yeah, that's dope.
That would have been dope. You know what I mean? If they made an effort to pivot and say, yo, listen, we've updated our formula. We're trying to appeal to a different market. You don't have to say change your formula. You know what I mean? But you don't even have to change it. Just change the packaging, change something. Just do something different. That doesn't make it seem like, yo, this is the existing product we have, this is the existing packaging we have. We've taken all the existing messaging that we've known since we were kids, right? And we've shoehorned a beauty queen onto it. It's like when Connie Ferguson did Kubi. There was a whole product placement build-up lineup where for a certain time people believed, yo, this beauty queen is using the cheap moisturizer that we can all use and buy because the messaging was consistent. the messaging here is not consistent. And that's the annoying thing is, you actually don't have to do much. You just have to change the messaging. And you just have to be deliberate. If you put enough time and effort and thought into your messaging, the campaign would have been a rousing success.
Okay, so we both work in marketing, Phil. So I like the idea of a limited edition. My only critique of that is the goal is not to sell the limited edition. The goal is to try and
No, I'm
sell
not even saying
Jade,
limited edition. All I'm saying is just change your packaging.
of the soap.
Yeah. Or just update the packaging, update your messaging, do something
Okay.
that makes us feel like, yo, you guys went in the meeting and said, influencer, okay, here's the soap, and that's that.
Here's my pitch. Here's my pitch.
And also the ad is wild because fam, she's washing her face with the jade. Fam, Philip feeds a pea. Man, Phil. No bar of soap touches my face. So how is a beauty queen having soap touch her face? Come on, let's be serious, bro. We know good and well she's using a toner, a cleanser, some salicylic acid, some vitamin C. She's got a nighttime routine. Can we please be serious with us, Jazza, bro? Come on, man.
Okay, hear me out. Here's my pitch.
A bar of soap on her face.
Here's my pitch. The Jade boardroom are sitting and they are saying, guys, our brand alignment is not right. We are not perfection, but we are bunched in the same, everyone's like, sunlight soap, perfection soap. What's that black one that used to be? What's it? Protex.
Protex. Protex, it protects. That was my jam.
So brand alignment, we want to we want to refresh this. What we want to communicate is, yes, this is an affordable soap, but it is gentle. It is,
it's a quality product.
It's actually a quality
Dove
product.
Costs the same amount of jade.
Yeah.
You can get above Dove for $1.
So if Lashonda was using Dove, no one would have said anything. But
because Dove has built messaging around being a quality product.
So let's say the plan is we're actually going to stake our entire campaign around Lashonda. And what we want to prove to the country is, yo, this soap is gentle and still quality enough that even a beauty queen would use it. So the messaging that they put in place is not like, imagine if they did it this way. Lashonda, we think that jade is good enough for you to use. And she's like, imagine if this was the whole campaign. I don't know, eh? And they're like, no, we would like to prove it to you. And then they go through whatever scientific and they show. And then she's like, okay, let me try use it for a week. Even if it's all lies, this is marketing.
Exactly. You see how, look at us giving people free ideas.
Yeah, let's do it.
In fact, stop right now. Okay, for more, pay for the consulting. All I will say is this: this campaign was poorly thought out. Firstly, there's no way Jade is touching her face. That was madness.
Phil,
so I went to the. Wait, hold on.
Can I just pause for a second? I just want to pause for a second. I would like to posit to you that the world that you live in of special facial soaps is a very, very small minority.
Dan, and do you know who's in that minority with me? Do you know who's in that minority with me, Dan? Do you know who I can confidently say is in that minority with me without a shadow of a doubt? I'll bet everything I own. Do you know who's in there with me, Dan? A beauty queen whose livelihood relies on her face.
I have a 3-in-1 wash in my shower right now.
Yes,
face,
we know you.
Body, hand. In fact, it might even be 4-in-1 with hair. I don't know.
That's wild, bruh. I can't believe the same soap that touches your balls is touching your face. That's wild.
It's liquid. Wild. It doesn't happen at the same time.
That's wild. So here's the funny part. I'm going to have to step away quickly. So I'm on the cross post on Facebook.
Yeah.
For Jade and Lashonda. Guess how many comments this post has?
Several hundred, I'm sure.
6.
6 posts. 6 comments.
6 comments. The first comment, top comment. Jade Chayo. Yatoziwa here omune imwe yenyu yatisingazivi. Because it strips all the oils from your skin wosara wakachineruka.
Okay, Lashonda.
Second comment.
I wasn't expecting us to talk about
Give
this.
it a try again. Maybe they have improved something that they want us to know. I ain't saying the same thing. This guy's messaging was off. Anyway.
Would you say Lashonda shouldn't have accepted that deal?
I think she ideally, granted, I understand Zimbabwe is a difficult market and you don't have much leverage. But I think for someone of her stature, considering the office, quote unquote, she holds, I would accept any brand deal with the condition that I have some form of creative control.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. And I mean, assuming, like, we expect a lot. Like, imagine you literally, not to say that she was a nobody, Lashanda was somewhat known, but she wasn't like in the spotlight like that. And then now you're Miss Zimbabwe. And then now brands are calling you and so on and so on and so on. It's not like you'll immediately have a team or an understanding of branding and PR and all of that. But also you have a year. After the year, you can still, if you've built your brand well, you can still continue. And we've sort of seen that when I was in Bulawayo at ZITF, I met both Sakile and Brook. Actually, I met Brook, who knows me, and then she introduced me to Sakile. And I was like, okay, we've actually met before, but anyway, it's okay. You've probably met a lot of people. And so the conversation I was having with both of them was like, okay, post Miss Zimbabwe, like what's going on? What are you doing? So Brook's got these, like she launched her fragrance and she's got all these plans of building a brand. And Sakile is like, yeah, I'm also trying to leverage like the fact that she was I can't remember if it's psychiatrist or psychologist or one of those, right? She's trying to see how she could like get into that space and whatever. And I was thinking about it, I was like, it must be difficult to, like, if you can capture it and then continue afterwards, it's like a catapult. It's like a catapult,
here's
and
the
then
thing, right? And there's many ways we can tackle it, but I think it'll be a fun conversation. There's social media money,
yeah,
and then there's real money,
yeah.
And Dan, as someone who's navigated both, you understand what I mean by this.
I completely understand what you mean, but pause.
So
just to add to what you're saying,
mm-hmm.
Those are not mutually exclusive. One can lead to the other.
No.
Yeah.
I get it. So let me finish my point so that you can rebut.
I'm not rebutting, just adding a footnote. But
so
on, yeah.
The reason why I say this is social media money is nice, right? You've got a lot of followers. When you come across the right brand who are like, yo, listen, you've got influence. We want you to reach your followers and convert them into customers. Sometimes they'll pay. A lot of times they don't really.
Mm.
But what is guaranteed without a shadow of a doubt is if you are doing an appearance fee, those fees are already set. Because when they're looking at the rate card, if they want to invite the reigning Miss Universe Zimbabwe, you are in the same tier and possibly even a tier above your KVGs and your Miss Reds.
Mm.
And that's a fair assessment, right?
Yeah.
And it's fair to say those people are getting the bank. If you now play it right, you can then network at these in-person events you've been paid to attend, by the way, to then leverage relationships with the people that become the decision makers who will then give you the social media money. Even if you don't have the social media numbers yet, you can basically subsidize your social media growth through this because, as Dan has said, you are the reigning Miss Universe. There's no event you cannot go to where you will not be welcome with open doors.
You will immediately be VIP wherever you go.
And this kind of points to the problem. And where I was going with this, because I had an interesting thought. I was like, who has more leverage in a negotiation? The reigning Miss Universe Zimbabwe or the African finder?
I would say Miss Universe Zimbabwe.
So thank you. So let me. I just want to get that so I can finish my point. Then you can bring in your point. I say that because if you look, I actually had a meeting with him a couple of weeks back, and I'm very impressed with what he's doing. Shout out to his team.
Shout out Marvelous.
Shout out Marvelous and shout out Pedzi. They're doing a great job because Pedzi's doing his management.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Look at the deals Marvelous has announced in the last 2 months. He's meeting with ambassadors. He's doing country-to-country deals with Ethiopia, Tanzania. He's got a brand deal with BYD. He's doing stuff with SA Tourism.
Mm.
Just look at that. My man's got a car. Whether he's paid for it or not, for a year, he's got a car that he's not paying for. Right? And on the flip side, we've got basically the epitome of beauty in our country. Can't even be the pitch person for soap.
No, okay. All right. So this wasn't going to be a rebuttal because I was agreeing with you and I was just going to add something to what you were saying. But towards the end of this, I just want to slightly disagree. So there's actually multiple variables here. The key variable is the point person. no one immediately has all knowledge and understanding. Marvelous has been doing this for years, maybe even a decade at this point, right? Lashanda's been doing it for less than a year. She's in year 1. So I think there's room for, she's literally in year 1.
But also, here's the thing, Dan. I made it a very big point to mention Marvelous and his team.
I hear you, but Marvelous
she cannot be one person.
Hear me out, Phil. For Marvelous to find his team took a long time, had to meet a lot of people, might even have been burnt by some people. And I expect Lashanda is going to go through that same journey as probably did Sakile and Brook and all previous Miss Zimbabwe's. They're going to find people who will offer to manage. They're going to find people who are going to scam them. That's unfortunately, I wish it wasn't. In fact, maybe if you're very fortunate, it might not be. But unfortunately, year 1, year 2, year 3, those are the years for you to get burnt. That's how you learn. Sorry. I hate that that's the way it is, but unfortunately, that's just how it's going to be. And my hope is what you did in year 1 is at the very least build influence. That's all you got to do. In my opinion, Lashanda, all she has to do for now is build influence. You are appearing at all these events. There's media coverage around you. There's interest in you. You did well. You were top 30 at Miss Universe representing Zimbabwe. People were cheering you on. There's so many people that are saying, wow, what a beautiful woman, etc., etc. Build influence in year 1. In the meantime, you're also trying to figure out, okay, how do these corporate things work? How do I get it? I need people on my side. I need a good team. Who can I work with? Maybe I need to reach out to Phil or Dan or whatever, or someone else, whoever it is, but so that I start building my team. But you won't have figured it out by year 1. I don't think so. I think it's a rare person that will have figured it out.
And I think now we've now identified a key problem. So the problem here, in the example you've given, which is a very fair example, is not Miss Universe Zimbabwe. It's the organization itself. Because the organization itself should have these structures and systems in place to maximize the platform.
Yeah.
So whether or not she gets along with the team is irrelevant because it's a professional working business environment. But you should build a system and infrastructure in place that, you are competing, because that's why these people are competing, right? That's why someone is leaving a high-ranking media, a corporate position to participate in your competition. It should be that when you win, we have systems in place. Yes, you have the option to use them, yes or no. But we are going to amplify you. We're guaranteeing, because Andika, as Miss Universe Zimbabwe, she's got a fixed amount of appearances she has to do. Those are mandated by the organization. Those already should cover something. She's got a fixed amount of visits, state, corporate, etc. So Miss Universe should be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And then ideally, even if she doesn't even have a team, even if she, like, say she was Brooke, I think when she competed, she was 18, 19, right? She was like, she was very, very young.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember how old, but she was young, yeah.
For lack of a better term, it should be an internship year where you're like, okay, I'm exposed into the public eye. This is what I should do. This is what I shouldn't do. This is how I comport myself. This is how I pitch. This is how I close a deal, etc., etc., etc. And I feel like shame the poor, and I do feel sorry for her. She's been thrown to the wolves.
I don't know. Hold on, Phil. Hold on. Wait a second.
No, okay. Let me rephrase. Yeah. Thrown to the wolves. I feel like she's been put in compromising positions, and not compromising as in like. Okay, is compromising the right word? Non-ideal.
Mm-hmm.
She should not be dressed in overalls, standing behind speed, with good vibes at her side, looking forward to it. Our reigning Miss Universe should not be at Queen of Hearts, chilling at the deck with Shashel, just waiting for speed to look in a direction. She should not be at Upenyu Festival, sitting beside Dapo, just waiting for people to look at her. Like, I'm just like, what is happening here?
Okay, so
you're not supposed to be this accessible.
There's some context you're missing that I want to share. So remember, Miss Universe in Zimbabwe was a dead thing for a while. It was revived in 2023, Brook's year. And part of the reason why it was kind of genius that Brook was the winner that year is because all of a sudden it got a ton of attention. And 2023 was when Miss Universe basically started. And so just remember a lot of things that were just wrong. It was year 1 for Miss Universe Zimbabwe because it had restarted. I think it had been 20 plus years of no Miss Universe in Zimbabwe. So view 2023 as year 1. 2024 was year 2. And that's when we had, who was 2024? 2024 was Sakile, right? Yes, 2024 was Sakile. 2025 was now Lashanda. So this is year 3. A lot of the things have been getting ironed out. A lot of things have gotten a little bit more smooth. And I don't want to defend people. I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know. But just from what I'm observing, even with the current way that they're announcing, in fact, I forgot to mention that the special guest who's the host at I think the Miss Universe pageant here in Zimbabwe is Zozibini Tunzi, which is big deal. Former Miss Universe, from actual Miss Universe winner from South Africa. I think it was I want to say 19?
Yeah,
18?
was a while ago. I think just before the pandemic.
Yeah, but an actual African winner of Miss Universe is the guest of honor or the host or whatever so, I can see it sort of rebuilding the level of stature that you would expect from a Miss Universe pageant with a lot of stumbles along the way. I don't want to defend them because, again, I don't know exactly how it's being run, but it's clear that it's growing from year 1. We are in year 3. After this one will be year 4. So yes, there should be structures in place. I agree with you. Miss Universe should have structures in place to maximize the impact of the current reigning Miss Universe Zimbabwe. And it's clear that they haven't quite figured that out, and I agree with you. But I wouldn't class this as such a big failure as it seems you're intimating. I think it's just one of those things that's in progress, and it will take a while to build up. That having been said, I'm less interested in the tenure of the person during the year that they're Miss Universe. In my mind, it's, listen, all the cameras on you. Miss Universe just wants you to represent Miss Universe, so they'll probably use you primarily for that. But when you're done, at the end of your tenure, the Sakiles and the Brooks right now, what does life become, right? What happens next? Because you're still influential and you're still known, but the cameras are not on you as much. Mm-hmm. So can you maintain that influence? And you have to find your own thing to be able to do that. And there's probably various ways of doing it, and it's probably not so easy to figure out. And I don't think a lot of models in the world have figured that out. So that's what I want to see. What's going to happen with Lashanda after her year? What's going to happen with the other two? They still have time. They're still sort of figuring out, okay, we still have the cameras on us. Brook and Sakile are still VIPs wherever they go. I don't know. Did you see, I think last year when Brook and Sakile did the shoot for, oh my goodness, what's that Italian liquor? The Italian champagne. What is it? Is it wine? Champagne? Liquor? I can't remember what it was. Anyway, point is, they had some eyeballs in their direction and some influence. And the idea of how do you pivot that into something? Now, you mentioned too, there's social media money, then there's money. I would like to add a third tier to that, right? So let's say social media money is what we would probably expect. You've got 50,000, 100,000 followers. There's people that will pay you to advertise their products, same as Jade or whatever else that someone would pay you. It's nice to have a steady amount of cash flow, a few thousand coming in per month from that. Cool. But surely you can do more with the influence you've built. So perhaps you could now do what Phil is describing, which is like the appearances and representing spaces and all of that, because there's a weight that comes with your presence, which is why for a lot of, for example, events that were happening, a lot of the big festivals and whatever, you had Lashanda or you had any of the other reigning or former Miss Universe Zimbabweans that were present, because there's a presence with you being there. So that's another source of money. And not just that, many other things where just your presence is something that's paid for. Again, I agree with Phil. That's like a higher tier of earning money than just social media, though I think social media could be expanded even more. But I would say there's a third tier that you should be aiming to reach, which is pivoting your influence into your own product that you're selling. It doesn't have to be a physical product, whatever it is, right? Whether it's beauty, whether it's fashion, whether it's, whatever it is that you are able to now put out as a thing that you sell, a business, a product, a brand, and now you're using your influence to sell that. I think that's the gold standard that you would want to be reaching. You're not looking for corporate or client to pay you. You're actually now building a business around whatever it is that you've done. And that's a difficult thing to figure out. And I don't think everyone will figure out, but normally it's some kind of combination of the beauty space that you've been in, all the contacts you have from all around the world, from having, toured the world in this Miss Universe competition, and whatever your own personal skills and talents and passions are. So figuring that out is where I think the actual golden ticket is.
I'm sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
As we're having this discussion, I was scrolling down Lashanda's page.
Yep. That's my homie. Don't slander my homie.
Hold on. Let me load this up on my phone so you can hear the audio. The thing is, Dan and I are very similar. Dan is a little more diplomatic than I am, but we talk to our homies very bluntly because we love them. We want them to improve. So sometimes we tell them, papachi, papa isika. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes our homies take it, sometimes they don't. But I would like to say we say it with love, right?
I don't know. I find it very difficult to be critical at the moment because it's year one. Do you know what I mean? It's year one.
Okay. I saw another brand
well.
endorsement. Let me play this brand endorsement and then let's see if you can get it.
I think she's doing well for year one.
Hello guys, it's Shoshana West, Miss Universe 2025. From my family at Olivin and from me, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there.
So it seems the Jade deal is not exclusive to Jade. It's for the whole Olivin product range. Because if you haven't seen the video, it's a Happy Mother's Day post and she's holding a tub, a 1 liter of Olivin cooking and saying Happy Mother's Day. And then it cuts, after the message, it cuts to a hamper. And in the hamper, we obviously have the cooking oil. We've got the buttercup spread. Not to be confused with margarine.
I don't know if I don't like the critical tone that is creeping in very, very. Do you know what? Congratulations to you for securing those corporate deals.
No,
in the coming years. Not even next year. This is what I would say. In the coming years, we are going to work, and I'm actually going to speak to Lashanda. I'm like, you know what? I have spoken to her actually because, fun fact, I'm working on an influencer agency. But one of the things that we are going to do is create correct brand alignments and build the brand in the process of also, so that even the people who are advertising with you get so much value that it's worth it. Even some people must just disqualify themselves like, we can't go for a former Miss Universe. They got to you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
because I don't process the fact that the reigning Miss Universe Zimbabwe is advertising baked beans, crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Okay, all right. Let's move on very briefly, Phil. There's a story I want to tell you. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot to mention former Miss Zimbabwe Malaika Mashandu is also in this year's contestants. Like,
wait, what?
I thought this was like presidential things, Maybe there's two.
Is this like Miss Zimbabwe All Stars? Like when the reality shows just bring back all the previous contestants.
What I'm saying is Cap 3 for beauty pageants is wild. Anyway, but the competition is looking tight. Anyway, actually, we've spent so long. This whole episode is basically going to be about this. We got to wrap it up quickly, Phil. I'm way over my time limit now, but I've got a story to tell you, Phil. Quick story.
Sure.
Shout
out to Mrs. Dube. I appreciate Mrs. Dube for the time. Thank you, Mrs. Dube. We love you.
You might have heard it. So earlier this month, Wicknell Chivayo was on Capitalk FM on radio. This is not what the story is about. He was interviewed. The interview went very well, according to his perspective. At the end of the interview, he reportedly was so happy with the interview. He was like, I want to know how many people are at work today, right now. So he spoke to...
Spur of the moment. This was not pre-planned in any manner, shape, or form.
So he spoke to the general manager, Comfort, and said, yo, well, this is according to him.
I love how you say that. Okay, Comfort Bufana.
Yeah.
Veteran person in the space, former station manager at Star FM.
Actually, he's actually general manager, radio division. So, shout out Comfort Bufana. Yeah. So, according to his version of events, according to Wicknell's version of events, so he spoke to the general manager and said, how many people are on duty right now? So he says, there's roughly 30 people working at this moment. He's like, cool, I want to give them lunch money. Can I do that? And Comfort says, yeah, of course. So he then goes to the car, collects $30,000 and says $1,000 per month.
Okay, that's already...
Well done. And send up it. Then Wicknell says, actually, the interview went so well. I want to gift Patisani, who interviewed me, and oh my goodness, I forgot the name of his co-host. Mm-hmm. I want to gift them cars. Patisani is getting a Fortuner GD6 2025, and the co-host is getting an Aqua.
I would be so pissed. Guys,
So he announces this on his social media as he normally does. Zim Papers then reportedly enforced a policy in the station which says that employees cannot receive gifts over $100.
Dan, quick question. Why did Zim Papers implement that policy?
The purpose of that policy was so that people wouldn't be unduly influenced by money in their objectiveness of reporting.
That policy is new.
Yes.
Do you know why? Do you know why they brought it?
Because Wicknell had previously given a car to Pakistan. So anyway, Phil is right. It's a new policy because someone had received a car and they were like, we can't allow this to keep going. So they put in a rule. You are only allowed to accept gifts $100 and below. Anything above that, you have to reject it.
Which is, to me, very reasonable if you're a journalist.
I think it's reasonable for journalists, but hey, it's very difficult to implement. I work in HR and I got a gift somewhere completely unrelated to work. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So the news, and then it was a rumor, but I think it then got confirmed a bit later. But the news was, so that means 27,000 need to be returned. Because remember, 30 people, $100 each, that's $3,000. So return the 27 grand. So Wicknell comes out and he puts out a post and he says, yo, this is so weird. I mean, I'm just trying to express my gratitude. Why y'all being weird? Anyway, turns out...
They're being weird, by the way. They're being weird.
Turns out, this guy at Enterprise Car Sales says, he's got a special on his car. This Toyota Fortuner GD6 is now for sale for $100.
What a coinky ding.
But only to one person. Pakistan. And this
clearly,
aqua is for sale for $50.
It was a Willy Wonka golden ticket situation, and just so happens that Pakistani had the golden ticket. What are the odds, Dan?
It gets more interesting because after that, Chivaya then posted that, there's a house actually in Waterfalls that's for sale for $80, but only for one person, for Pakistani. So Pakistani actually posted a video of himself going to actually pay the $100 and sign to receive his car. I don't know if there's a video for the house. I haven't checked. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. Apart from the political behind the scenes, just the...
No, so as someone who's a business owner, and I don't know if you saw today, Dan, Zimra is hiring. If there's one government department, Zimra put out a job posting that was 30 pages. That's how many people they're hiring. This very month, my accountant was late to submit my terms by 1 day because he's having issue with the network. Next day, someone from Zimmer was on my line like, yo, where's your returns, dog? You're late. I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know about that. How late am I? You're late by 2 days. Where are your returns? So I had to call my accountant. He's like, dude, I've already submitted, don't worry. And I know he did because I don't know if you've used Terms before, but you set up your mobile numbers. So whenever he logs into Terms, I get the OTP as well.
Yeah.
So I'll know that when he's logged into the system. All that to say, how are they calculating this change of ownership?
Phil, these are the wrong questions to ask, because why does someone even have 30,000 catch in the first place when we've got limits to that kind of
I was getting that one. The other thing is like,
that's not the point.
I thought legally we weren't allowed to have large sums of foreign currency.
That ship sailed roughly 2.5 years ago when this whole thing started. It's too late to start asking those questions. It's happened. We are now here.
As Kandura said, we have never been tongwad like this before. These are new levels.
No, what do you mean tongwad? This has nothing to do with the ruling, Phil. This is just a gift. Here's my off mic. Phil and I have often had conversations about, would you accept? If let's say in a crazy world, would you accept? It's just always been interesting.
And the net is closing in. The net has been closing in very quickly. It got bad. Like some people were getting, and I was getting phone calls. I'm like, so what about? And I'm like, guys, I'm not involved. I don't know the Guan. Please leave me out of it. But don't you? I'm like, I don't know the Guan. Leave me alone. But the net is closing in, Dan. We can only run for so long.
All right, Phil. I have to place a hard cut on it. Just very briefly, the last thing I was going to mention was, everyone calm down about Hantavirus. The memes and jokes are funny, but it's not the same thing. So calm down. That's all I would say.
No, I think this has been clearly, I think when you look at it, it's been clearly pushed by American news outlets. You can see.
Like they're looking for clicks. It's literally, click here to learn more about deadly pandemic. Ooh.
The part that killed me, and I'll never get over it, is that story that they planted in the AP, that the couple who contracted the Hantavirus did so after they took a stop in South Africa and went to a landfill to conduct bird watching.
I mean, they didn't
A
want to.
landfill.
That's what happened. The couple probably said, "Oh yeah, we want to see some birds." They went bird watching.
At a garbage dump.
There's a very good piece that was by Jon Stewart on the Daily Show where he's like, "Dude, this is what the experts are saying. This is what the science is saying, and this is what the media is saying. Can you just compare the difference here?" It's not like COVID. We genuinely didn't know what was happening, right? So there was an understanding that there was like some level of hysteria. But calm down. This is a known thing. Everyone knows what it is. Relax. There isn't some crazy outbreak. 3 Zimbabweans who came into contact with the infected person were repatriated. People were panicking. But the entire news story says they were tested, they were negative. They are still being quarantined for the recommended 45 days, but they are negative. So relax. Everyone calm down. This is not another pandemic. I seriously hope this doesn't come back to bite me. But
That would be hilarious.
that would be so funny because anything's possible in this world. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, all right, Phil, I got to wrap it up here.
No, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode. This is a bit of a brief one. Please forgive me. We had to squeeze one out. Pause.
Hey, yo.
But
Hey, Dan, okay, I'm scrolling down her page. There's a lot of Olive in ads. She's also selling paint. She's selling paint, Dan. She's selling paint.
The bag is good, Lashonda. Don't worry. We will. I get it, Phil. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is you want to use your decades of knowledge of branding, PR, and marketing and apply it to someone who they haven't even finished year 1. Relax. It will be figured out. So the fact that she's got so many brand deals already tells me that you know what? She's got this. She's got to figure it out. She's got to figure it out. Don't worry.
She did.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Shame.
Jade is crazy. Cooking oil is also crazy, but get that bag for now.
At least Vaseline don't make a sense. But some of these pictures, what a gorgeous woman. Jeez Louise. I must say. She's quite a stunner.
Yeah. I mean, she was voted Zimbabwe's most beautiful universal woman. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode. We'll have to catch you in the next one. Thank you all. Enjoy your listens of the new Drake album.
I don't even.
I listened to Iceman today.
Yeah, I tried to.
Do you know that meme of Homelander when he's like like watching? I think it's in a cinema and he's watching and he's just got that face. That's how I felt the whole
yeah.
That's how I felt the whole time, man. But I don't want to sound like a hater. I see some people.
No, I don't even want to talk about it because I think like it makes us sound so negative, and I don't like who I become when I talk about. I'm just confused. I'm genuinely confused.
Listen to Takura's Vanilla EP. Incredible.
It's such a. It goes by so quickly too. Like I was in the shower. I started it when I got into the shower. Before I finished scrubbing my toes, it was done. I was like, that's a quick listen.
With all your various products, I'm sure it takes a while. So
of course, Dan, you see this face. I don't like. I've also changed my skin routine. Let me pull up myself on the big screen. We should take a photo for the listeners.
Yeah, that's all good. Follow us on the socials. Follow us on the socials.
Not a blemish, man.
But yeah.
I'm looking at these
Takura's Vanilla EP is phenomenal. I love it. Top notch.
I'm so happy for him, man. I'm so happy for him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we out. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks, man.
All right.